Hi everyone, I'm Cindy and welcome to my channel. I just came back from an amazing trip to Italy to experience the Fabriano Aquarello Watercolor Festival, the biggest watercolor festival I believe in the whole world. It was an amazing experience. I also wanted to tell you about this experience that I've had. I did go to Fabriano. Unfortunately, I did not film it. I only have pictures of it. Fabriano is a little town, and it was a 3-hour bus trip back and forth. Yes, I had to wake up Friday. I forgot 23rd. I think Friday, April 23rd. I had to wake up 5:30 in the morning because we had to be at the bus stop by 6:30. So I managed to get my butt out of bed. When the alarm went off, I was like, oh, really? Do I want to really do this? I am so happy I did, because I'm doing this video for one specific person that I had met on the bus ride to Fabriano. As we were boarding, I was smiling. I smiled at this very distinguished gentleman. And when I sat down in my seat, he's like, oh, can I sit next to you? Because he, just like I, like to sit by the second exit where the bathroom is. It's like in the middle of the bus, in this particular bus. And I'm like, sure, sit right there. Sit right next to me. What a fascinating person. Oh my God. I am still in awe. His name is Laurin McCracken. And his stories were amazing. His life is amazing. He was telling me about his childhood. He was a polio baby. He had polio as a child. I'm like saying to myself, wait a minute. And I thought he was in his late 60s, maybe early 70s. No, the man's in his early 80s. Because I think the polio vaccine was invented or distributed by the mid-50s. So he said that in those days, when your child had polio, they were quarantined in the hospital. And they burned the clothes. Because they didn't know they thought it was contagious, like highly contagious. So they burned the clothes. He told me the whole story. And his mother, the doctors instructed his mother to bring toys, but they will destroy them after he leaves the hospital. And the mother's like, we're poor. We can't afford to have our toys destroyed. So what she did was she went to the store, brought paper and pencils to give him. And that was his journey. He grew up to be a distinguished architect. He and his team designed the SUNY building down in Chambers Street in Lower Manhattan. I'm like, yeah, sure, I took classes there. He's like, yeah, I'm part of the people that designed the building. It's like, wow. So fascinating man. His stories were amazing. That's one of many. He asked me what got me into watercolors. And I said, I ran into this old set while clearing out cupboard, recovering from surgery. I bored to pieces, and I came across it, and which is a miracle that I still had it with the up-team moves that I had. And I just decided to look into YouTube videos, and I just started, and that was my journey. So he said, what brushes do you use? And I said, well, I use Princeton Aqua Elites. He's like, yeah, those are nice starter brushes. Starter brushes? He called them starter brushes. I'm like, these brushes are like seriously expensive. I mean, to me anyway. I mean, one brush could be like $15. So he said, what paper do you use? And I said, oh, I use Meeden or Paul Rubens. And he just looked at me. And he said, well, he told me the story of Arches. Arche. I keep saying Arches. It's Arche watercolor paper. He told me that the corporation has bought it. Arche Paper Corporation, whatever the name of it, he told me, was bought in the past 20 years by like 10 corporations. And the latest corporation, their quality control is not that great, he said. Arche has been compromised. So he only uses Fabriano paper. Hence the Fabriano Watercolor Festival. He said he only uses Fabriano. They're the best watercolor paper out there. He just kept telling me these stories. I mean, that was the fastest 3-hour bus ride I've ever had. And I tagged along with him and his another friend, I should say, a friend, not a companion, a friend of his. They were in the same bus as we were. His name is Jeremiah Patterson. And he and Laurin McCracken. They're like bigwigs in the festival. Had no idea. Meanwhile, he said, "Oh, switch." Because I told him, he asked me, "What paints do you use?" Well, Paul Rubens. I use Paul Rubens. I have a little bit of Daniel Smith. I have some Holbein. And he just handed me this tube. He just handed me this tube. This is like a $20 tube. He's like, "Oh, start playing with this." McCracken Black. Yes, he told me the story of how he and the owner of Daniel Smith got together to do this, to form this McCracken Black that he designed. He told me that he was talking to the owner. I forgot. I think his name is Ron. I forgot his name. Anyway, the owner of Daniel Smith. He's like, we need a better black. And Daniel Smith got annoyed. The owner said, "Hey, we have like 4 watercolor blacks. What are you talking about?" So he said, "No, but you need one that's super neutral, that's good for every color, and has some mild granulation." So the owner reached out to him and said, "Hey, you have an idea here. Let's do something." So yeah, this was formed. Can you believe it? I'm in shock. Anyway, so then he said, so when we were disembarking the bus, he said, and I ended up tagging along, going with him everywhere. And I'm sorry I didn't film it. I only have photos. I left the camera at the hotel because I was half asleep. Anyway, so he's like, "Oh, I'll send you something. I'll send you a package." Well, I got the package today. Here's the pack. This is a package. So I'm going to unbox it here in front of you. But Fabriano is a small, tiny town in Italy. And it was fascinating. You did have the option to stay there for a couple of days, I think 3 days. But it was an additional 2,000 euros. And I'm like, "Oh, I really can't afford that right now." Not that I could afford this trip, period. I mean, I was saving for it. I was saving. How I found out about this watercolor festival was interesting itself. I was looking at Sketches and Scrubs video, and I saw it through Sketches and Scrubs. She did several videos on this, on her experience last year. So that's when I decided I'm going this year. I'm going. Because I was about to save. I'm like, "Oh, when I save up enough of it, I'll go." Yeah, no. Life is too short. I do have a credit card. It's probably maxed out now, but that's okay. I don't recommend this on anybody. This is bad financial advice. Do not put everything in your card. But I did, because life is short and who knows. So while I was in Fabriano, they had a paper making class. Look at this. You see could you see the watermark? It's Fabriano. Fabriano paper, they're the ones that created the watermark. And that was a whole story in itself. It's fascinating. I bought these 2 items in the paper making store. So I'm going to unbox these 2. So come with me as I open this up and see what goodies are in here. I have a feeling it's not just watercolor brushes. Because he told me, he said, "Oh, I'll pack some watercolor brushes for you." And I'm like, okay. I thought he was joking. I did call him, as a matter of fact. I called him a couple days later. Because I sent him all the photos. I emailed him all the photos I took of him and of some of the Fabriano places. And because he did a presentation as well over there. So I took photos and I sent it to him. And I wanted to follow up with a phone call. And he said, "Oh, did you get the package yet?" But nope, he wasn't kidding. So let's unbox this. And then I'll show you what I got here. So come with me as I unbox this. Okay, so let's open this up. So excited. Can't you tell? I have the McCracken Black here from Daniel Smith. Standby. So let's get my trusty scissors out. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'll behave. Yay. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh wow. I knew it. It's a bunch of goodies. Wow. Okay. Bubble wrap. High quality masking tape. Oh wow. It's a lot too. Look at that. Awesome. Great start. Are you kidding me? Oh, DVD. Laurin McCracken. Watercolor realism. Silver and crystal. Oh, warning. This DVD is not for rental. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. I gotta check this out. I have to dig out my DVD player. I know I have it. But wow, this is awesome. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whoa. Oh, signature collection. Laurin McCracken. Oh, Kolinsky brushes. Oh, Laurin McCracken. AWS, NWS, WHS. Wow, that's a lot of letters there. Is a realist watercolorist. His approach to still life painting emulates that of the Dutch and Flemish still life painters of the 16th and 17th centuries. His paintings have won multiple awards and have been included in competitive and invited exhibitions around the world. He is well known as a teacher that works closely with his students to help them improve their painting techniques while learning many intriguing things about the art and techniques of watercolor. Oh my goodness. Wow. This round pointed number 4, round pointed number 6, round pointed number 10. Kolinsky fiber. Oh my goodness. I'm like in awe and shock. Left this wonderful letter. Cindy, it was a pleasure to meet you on the bus to Fabriano. Thanks for putting up with the craziness of Jeremiah and my company. Oh, please, it was a pleasure. I have included the following to help you along your watercolor journey. 1. A Laurin McCracken set of versatile brushes. 2. A CD about how I paint a silver and crystal still life. It is a bit out of date. Since that time, working with the scientists at Daniel Smith, we have created McCracken Black, which I have right here. Ugh. A few reprints of articles about how and why I paint. A large dot card. Oh, dot card. Oh, wow. Laurin McCracken palette. Oh. A large dot card with which you can test most of the DS colors. Daniel Smith. A copy of my dot card. Oh, my goodness. A roll of Nikon masking tape, which is what I have here. It's the first thing I open. I use this tape to do a lot of my masking. This is the narrowest I use. I can't talk today. Not that I could talk ever. I typically would use the number 1 inch width. It can be purchased from maryartist.com. This is a terrific family-owned store in Oregon, and they get this wonderful tape from Japan. The edges seal beautifully and never leak. It will not harm your paper. It works directly on the paper and over painted paper. I hope these goodies will be useful. Oh my goodness, stay in touch. Laurin. No words can describe. I'm still in shock over this. Oh my god. Okay, look at these goodies. Painting nostalgia and realism. Then I have a lot of reading to do, don't I? Wow. Daniel Smith Fine Art Watercolor. Oh my goodness. Daniel Smith Primatech Extra Fine Watercolor. Oh, and the dot card he was talking about. He mentioned on the letter. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh wow. Wow. I am in shock here. This is like, wow. This is amazing. Wow. This has to be, wow, look at these, look at this. Look at the amount. This is like a tremendous amount. I could be swatching forever with these. Sheesh. Wow. Talk about a long video. I might be swatching. I might create a video just swatching these. 238 colors to try. 4 sheets. Wow. Okay. I'm in awe. Wow. Okay. What I'm thinking of doing is using the McCracken Black. Oh, and then on top of that, I only spent the day in Fabriano. Unfortunately, Laurin and his friend Jeremiah and Jeremiah's wife Julie had a train to catch. So, because they had an early flight back to the States the next day. So I stayed behind. I hung out with my fellow artists until it was time to go to and I did painting, of course. I did some plein air painting. So I hung out with them until it was time to go take the 8 p.m. bus back to Bologna. It was over a 3-hour trip. Oh my God. By the time I went back to the hotel, it was 20 to 12, 20 to midnight. I was, to say I was exhausted is an understatement. I was beyond exhausted. But it was an amazing trip. Just meeting this man was phenomenal. So, I'm going to use, I'm still in shock with this. Okay. I'm going to use this, but let me open this. So, the Fabriano has the paper museum. And like I said in the intro, they were the first to invent the watermark. So I bought these items. And these weren't much. How much was this one? This one is 17 euro. 17.91 euro, which is not bad. Yep. Oh, and this has a magnet. I could put it in my refrigerator. Pisces, that's what I am. I'm a Pisces. I love the color. It's a beautiful color, yellow. This is gorgeous. This is just stunning. Stunning. Okay. And then this handmade book. Isn't this amazing? This is just phenomenal. Now, I don't know if it goes this way. Yeah, it goes. I guess it goes this. It goes this way. Little glue there. Huh? Interesting. But look at this. This is handmade. Everything's handmade. I love this cover. This cover is phenomenal. Oh my gosh! Look at that. Look at that. I don't know what the GSM is or anything. I mean, it's very light, so it may not be good for wet watercolors. But hey, you know, maybe pencil and crayon. That could be good for that. So that was nice. Oh yeah, paper shop, vice versa. This would be a nice gift. But mine. I know. Okay, so in this one I bought at the museum as well. Bought this first. This was 15 euro. Not bad. 200 granule natural. 200 gram natural paper texture. Handmade paper for drawing and writing. Writing? Yeah, not happening. Drawing and painting. Oh, look how this is nice and thick. What I'm gonna do, I love the deckled edge. Look at that. Look at that. 16 by 12 cm. I have no clue what cm is compared to. But it's probably 4x6. I think it's a 4x6 paper. What I'm going to do is to paint a landscape using the McCracken Black. Just a one color landscape. I never did that. This would be nice. Be a nice way to break this in, but wow, this is gonna be nice. So that's gonna be the next scene with using one of these brushes, of course. Wow, talk about a gift. It's Christmas. So that's the next scene. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'll use the number 6 brush to do a monotone landscape. This, you know what, I think I'll open it from the bottom because I like the way it's packaged. Look, it comes in this little foam thing. I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna let it sit there. It's gonna be great. Awesome. Yay. And I have this taped it, double-sided tape, so it stays in place, and this little clipboard that I have. So let's get started. I am excited and scared at the same time because I never did this. So I have this I have this plastic palette here, and let me break open this McCracken Black. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna put some there. This is a 15 ml tube. These go for like $22 each for this. Wow. Okay. Okay, so let me take one of the, I'll take the number 6 brush, and I'm using my Meet and Do water wells, one for wash, one for rinse, and let's sit that right there. That's gonna be my next favorite set. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Rinse it, rinse it, rinse it. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a simple landscape, one color monotone landscape. What I think I'll try and do is wet some, I'm not even drawing, no, wet some of this. Well, let's see how it takes wet. You know, maybe I should do a number, I'll take a number 10 to do the sky. I think that's a good idea. It might be a good idea. Let me just wash the stuff off. I wonder if these are real. You know, they feel real to me. I wouldn't be surprised. I think they are. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is gonna take, wow, I love this color already. Look at this. So I want to see if it lifts. I'm sure it will. Take a piece of tissue. It's not much of a sky. Let me see. Hold on. Maybe I could give it more definition. Don't be nervous. This paper doesn't take wet on wet very well, to be noted. Okay. All right, so that's a start. Do a very light. That's too light. It's too light. Oh, I love the way it bleeds like that. Oh, look how nice. That is beautiful color. Wow. Let me just do a really dark color here. Let me see if I could do some lifting. I could do some lifting, not much. Let me see if I could do another pass. Okay. And maybe what I should do, it's like, okay, I'm gonna try and use like pure pigment over here. And then maybe I could use a little bit like serious black. Maybe I should let it dry first. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Okay, so I'm using number 10 so far, nothing but. Love these brushes already. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I could somehow. Okay, let me see if I can just do some more dramatic effects with this. Use this. You know what I should do? Because I am lefty. I should put it there, so I'm not covering the painting while I'm drawing. Let me see if I could just do some water here, or looks like water. Could simulate water. Let's see if I could just do that. And then maybe turn it and just do this. I love the granulation. Look at that. That is stunning. Oh my goodness. Okay, so doing that. Should let that dry. So what I'm going to do now, I won't let it dry because I'm too anxious. I should do a large tree here. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be an all black tree. Like a really dark tree. This black is just stunning. Wow. That is pretty. I like it. Me likey this color a lot. Look at the granulation. Look at that. Wow. You know what? I think I'll leave it alone as I continue to play. Maybe what I should do is give this like a definite border. Yeah, like a mountain is happening here. That's pretty. Let me see if I could lift this tree. Lift some stuff from the tree. I could. Yeah, I could. Okay. Add some more black. Because why not? Wow. Okay. You know what? I think I'll leave it alone because that's the thing you have to do is you have to know when to stop and walk away. But wow. Wow. This is stunning. You are stunning. Love you. That, look at this. Look at this. Look at the granulation here. A little bit of granulation happening here. This doesn't really look like a tree to me. Hold on. No, I think I'm using the OK brush. I'm just. Okay. All right. Put the brush down. Step away from the painting. I'm calling it done. I am. Yep. No words. No words. This is an amazing gift. I am going to write a very nice thank you letter, and maybe I'll include this painting, but I don't think it's worthy. I don't think it's Laurin McCracken worthy. I don't know. I'll do another one maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I think for a start, It's not bad, but I don't know if it's worthy of him to cast his eyes upon this. I'm not so sure. Well, to be continued. Let me just take this out. Put it here. Wow. This does handle. I mean, the paper did warp a little, but it's not as severe as I thought it would be. And I could flatten it out. I'm very happy with this. Very happy. Yeah. Very happy with this purchase at the Fabriano Paper Museum. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.